Like, comment and share video. Also subscribe my channel, description below. In view of Second Intifada, Palestinians have claimed that Sharon's visit was the beginning of the Second Intifada 144, while others have claimed that Yasser Arafat had pre-planned the uprising 151. Some, like Bill Clinton 152, say that tensions were high due to failed negotiations at the Camp David summit in July 2000. They note that there were Israeli casualties as early as 27 September. This is the Israeli conventional wisdom, according to Dr. Jeremy Pressman, and the view expressed by the Israeli Foreign Ministry 153, 154, 57, 155, 156. Most mainstream media outlets have taken the view that the Sharon visit was the spark that triggered the rioting at the start of the Second Intifada 36, 157, 158, 159. In the first 5 days of rioting and clashes after the visit, Israeli police and security forces killed 47 Palestinians and wounded 18, 54, while Palestinians killed 5 Israelis, 161. Palestinians view the Second Intifada as part of their ongoing struggle for national liberation and an end to Israeli occupation 162, whereas many Israelis consider it to be a wave of Palestinian terrorism instigated and pre-planned by then Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat 153, 154. Some have claimed that Yasser Arafat and the Palestinian Authority Pennsylvania had pre-planned the Intifada 150. They often quote a speech made in December 2000 by Ahmed Falji, the PA communications minister at the time, where he explains that the Intifada had been planned since Arafat's return from the Camp David summit in July, far in advance of Sharon's visit 163. He stated that the Intifada was carefully planned since the return of Palestinian President Yasser Arafat from Camp David negotiations, rejecting the U.S. conditions 164. David Samuels quotes Mondu Nofel, former military commander of the Democratic Front for the Liberation of Palestine, who supplies more evidence of pre-28 September military preparations. Nofel recounts that Arafat told us, "Now we are going to the fight, so we must be ready." 165. Barak as early as May had drawn up contingency plans to halt any intifada in its tracks by the extensive use of IDF snipers, a tactic that resulted in the high number of casualties among Palestinians during the first days of rioting. 166. Support for the idea that Arafat planned the Intifada comes from Hamas leader Mahmoud al-Zahra, who said in September 2010 that when Arafat realized that the Camp David summit in July 2000 would not result in the meeting of all of his demands, he ordered Hamas as well as Fatah and the ex-Martyrs brigades to launch military operations against Israel. 167. Al-Zahra is corroborated by Mossab Hassan Youssef, son of the Hamas founder and leader Sheikh Hassan Youssef, who claims that the Second Intifada was a political maneuver premeditated by Arafat. Youssef claims that Arafat had grown extraordinarily wealthy as the international symbol of victimhood. He was about to surrender that status and take on the responsibility of actually building a functioning society. 168. Arafat's widow Suhu Arafat reportedly said on Dubai television in December 2012 that her husband had planned the uprising. Immediately after the failure of the Camp David negotiations, I met him in Paris upon his return. Camp David had failed, and he said to me, "You should remain in Paris." I asked him why, and he said, "Because I am going to start an intifada. They want me to betray the Palestinian cause. They want me to give up on our principles, and I will not do so." The Research Institute memory translated Suhu as saying. 169. Israel began a unilateral pullout from Lebanon in compliance with UN Resolution 4251-978 in May 2000, which was declared completed on 16 June. The move was widely interpreted by Arabs as an Israeli defeat and was to exercise a profound influence on tactics adopted in the Al-Aqsa uprising.